Hi, Cindy. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We spoke about a year and a half ago, well, not quite 2 years, but quite a while ago when your first book, Love Awakens You, is what we spoke about. And now you've written a second book. And like I'm always glad when someone writes a second book or another book and they want to be on the show again. This one's called Love Saves You. Definitely a theme going on there, Cindy. Definitely a theme. And I also subscribe to your blog, which you send to me, well, once every few weeks or once a month or so.
Once a month,
Once a
beginning of the
month,
month,
yeah.
I send it. Yeah.
And whenever I get one of those, and if I'm busy in the middle of doing something, I say, "Oh, Cindy's sent me a blog." I just click on that and breathe, relax, and read it. It's so nice. It really makes my day. And then I get back to my hectic schedule. So I encourage people to subscribe to your blog and feel that feeling that we so need in today's world.
We need the peace, the calmness, the knowing that,
Mhm.
we're all struggling. We're just going to find our way one way or the other. And my blogs are to help you reflect upon yourself and everything else as well.
Mhm. Wonderful. Now you're still in Arizona, but you're planning on a move to California?
We are, yes, I know. Most people go, "What are you doing moving to California?" Usually people come from California to Arizona,
I
not
do. Okay.
Arizona to California.
Okay.
But I am going to Arizona to open a retreat.
Okay. What sort of retreat?
It's going to be a spiritual retreat, and,
Mhm.
I'll word it the way I normally do, and then if you have some questions, let me know. I am going to open a retreat that's dedicated to healing the mind. That means you're going to learn a lot about love versus fear. And what I'm going to have classes. I also do crystal healings, and I have a 6 month program basically. Which it does is the first 3 months we clear out and balance your chakras, your bodies, and all that fun stuff. And then the last 3 months we work on raising your vibration, because love is a very high vibration. And we want you to get there, and we'll be able to stay there. You're going to
Mhm.
take moments where you fall backwards. That everyone does that. I still do it. And you do that, you just forgive yourself, you pick yourself up, and you start over again. That's okay. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
sure.
But yeah, in the retreat we'll have like qigong classes and yoga
Oh,
classes, because you still have to take care of the body
yep.
even though we're working on healing the mind. I'm going to have a little silence garden where you go and reflect. I don't know what that's going to look like.
Mm,
And someone's going to come and create a room that's for color healings. I'm the guinea pig. I'm the guinea
okay.
pig.
Okay.
So
Well, if you have any plans for syndication, we could use one of those in Nova Scotia.
I don't know yet. I got to get the
Oh, okay.
first one
Okay. All
started,
right.
but
Okay.
it's going to be, and I'll have a little library with all books that,
Wow.
will help people to figure out what works for them, because different things works for different people. I'm happen to be a student of A Course in Miracles, have been for, close to 20 years. Till the day I die, I'm still going to practice forgiveness.
Mm.
Um, and it really makes a big difference. Your life becomes happier and more peaceful. And my books are guided towards that life. And, the way the words are put together, they cause an unlocking so that it opens up your heart more, and you can allow more light and love from yourself out into the world. You also learn to accept and enjoy and receive the love and light. That's everybody's birthright.
Yeah. Yeah. So this second book of yours, does it pick up from the first book? Tell us all about that.
The book is a continuation of Love Awakens You with a slightly different flair. In the beginning, I tell a story about all my physical ailments, which is probably a bit shocking to some people if they were to read it. And then I have three simple exercises you do, and each exercise shouldn't take more than a minute or two to do. And you write the answers down and you just put them aside. Then the next book is definitions, where I define things in a very different way. And then I have explanations where I explain things like mirror effect, psychic abilities, and things like that to help people say, oh, I didn't know that, or oh, that's interesting. It'll expand your awareness even more. It goes a little bit deeper into love and fear. Then I give some helpful tips, exercises that you can do. And some of my blogs that I've written are in there to be able to help apply some of the inspirational sayings from the first book to be able to apply it to your everyday life so that you get an idea of how things are going to work. Like, for example, to truly know yourself, you have to disconnect from the world. And that's kind of what the retreat is also going to do. You're going to go there, you're going to learn to disconnect from the world, find yourself, find your life path or whatever. And then you'll be able to go back and you'll be able to stay at that nice love vibration that makes us all feel so wonderful.
Who else have you got in your life that would be part of this team with the retreat you're speaking of? Certainly, you're not going to be running it all by yourself, are you?
I am not. I'm used to doing things by myself, have done for, over 60 years, but I don't want to anymore. My husband will help. I have one of my brothers who is going to be moving to California as well. He's going to help more on the financial side. A friend of mine here, she's going to be I call it my metaphysical spiritual partner, and she'll
Hmm.
be helping me. We're going to have a gift store, obviously. Books will be sold there, t-shirts. I also make beaded healing jewelry, and I'll be
Okay.
making a bunch of that to be sold at the store because I like high quality.
Yeah.
Um, Gem quality beads, and they're not cheap, but I will have some that are good quality, but not, I'll have a range of prices in there. And I'll be doing some crystal artwork as well, because, crystals
Mhm.
are my thing. So it'll be fun. I don't know, I have this image of what I want. What really happens could be two very different
Yeah.
things.
Well, it happens. That happens. I guess you're going to have to hire some people to do the yoga and the qigong and conduct the
Yes, I
classes.
am.
Yeah.
I probably could take a class and get certified to teach Qigong, but I have a physical ailment called morphia,
Hmm.
and it's not common. Actually, it's rare, and it's skin tightening. So some of the exercises you're supposed to, bend your
Yeah.
hands in certain
Yeah.
ways, and
Yeah.
I can't do that because I couldn't show people the proper way of doing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll have people come and they'll have their classes there. I'm hoping to have a great big open air pavilion, so when the weather's nice, you can go there. Otherwise, we'll have an indoor room for the exercises and classes and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Now, this book, Love Saves You, it says here it's book two of a series. Is it more coming?
There is, although because I like to do things a little differently, the third one will be a children's book.
Okay.
And the children's book will be about, a girl and a boy, traveling around the world with their guide, and they're going to visit all the different geographical biospheres in the different countries,
Hmm.
and they're going to visit all the animals, and the animals are going to deliver pearls of wisdom.
Wow. Well, that's totally different. Will the word love be in the title?
Yes, its title is Love Travels.
Sure. That's great.
Yeah,
You're definitely on a path somewhere that's very positive, and I really like that. How long did it take for you to write this book?
3 months maybe.
Hmm.
I have a general idea of what the book is supposed to be, and then I sit down and I go, all right, what do you want me to write? And I write away, and it expands as I'm writing, and it gets
Yes.
bigger and bigger because,
Yeah.
people think that you have to write a book that has a lot of words in it, and I'm here to tell you, you can put a lot in a short sentence if the words are put together correctly.
Yes, that's
Well,
right.
I shouldn't say correctly. If the words are put together with an intent to help others.
Yeah. How do you publish? Is it self-published or through a hybrid publisher? What do you do?
I do self-published.
Entirely.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I did the first book through a school, and it was very helpful. I learned a lot and got a lot of different connections and things like that. So that was great. And I decided I didn't want to pay the money again, so I used a different self-publishing company, and it was less money. And they take care of, it's not like I have to have an Amazon account. They take care of all the Amazon and all the zillion different
Okay.
places
All the
books can go.
administrative stuff. Yeah.
They do, yeah, and that was nice.
Yeah.
I kind of miss sort of not looking up on Amazon, how's the book doing? I just go to their website and there's a like a lag before the sales
Yeah.
show up, you know.
Yeah.
So it's nice not having to do it, or I don't have to, I can do the book promo sites
Yeah.
to advertise, which I'll do shortly for Christmas.
Excellent. So they also help with the editing and all that?
Actually, my husband is my editor,
Okay.
and the reason is I couldn't have the words changed because the words are put together in very specific ways.
I can imagine.
So, and there, it has to be that way. Now, what he does help is my misuse of words, my grammar,
Hmm.
my
Where you place
lots of,
commas. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
all of that things that I'm not good at. Admittedly, though, this book was better than the last, but there was still a lot to change.
Sure.
And I
Yeah.
think I edit it and I go, oh, it's perfect. No, it's not even close, you know?
Let's talk about the cover. You got some swans there. Where'd you get that image from?
Well, believe it or not, I was in the process of publishing Love Awakens You, and on Facebook, I saw this picture. It was from Roger from Facebook, Roger the photographer on Facebook.
Okay.
And I got chills. And I thought, oh my God, that's the picture for my next book. I mean, it was just so pretty. I tried to find Roger so I could get permission, but I couldn't find Roger. It just sort of disappeared after that.
Oh, okay.
Showed up and then it disappeared. And I thought, okay, I guess it's okay to use it. I'm told that if it's on the public domain, you can use it.
It's beautiful. And you didn't touch it up at all. You perhaps
Nothing.
nope, just the way it is. Well,
I told them what words to put on the cover and they designed it for me.
yeah, yeah. Kind of makes me think of AI. The swans are in a certain position there. They're making a heart and the light behind it. It could even be AI.
It could be. I don't know. I just thought it was stunning with the way the swans make the
Yeah,
heart and all.
yeah,
I
it's
just
really pretty, really pretty. So, how far are you into your next book that's designed for children? Have you got an outline, some ideas?
Oh, I have ideas. Yes, that's not a problem. Ideas
Yeah.
are never a problem. I'm about three-quarters of the way of research.
Hmm.
This book, I didn't have to research the first two. They were easy. This one
Yeah.
requires a lot of
Well, you're going
research.
around the world and talking about animals for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm about three-quarters of the way through, and then the move came up. So I've kind of put it on hold.
Okay.
And I like to tell a little secret. When I write my blogs, I write like six in a row at a time
Hmm.
so that I do that so I don't have to worry about it. But December's coming, and so I've got to start writing more blogs. I got
Okay.
January's written.
Yes, I'm expecting them, so get to work.
Now, and I'm like, oh, I better hurry up. I gotta write some more. I'm gonna, and I'm gonna do something a little, because I get bored with the blogs, and I know the information's really fun and it's interesting and it's very helpful. But now my next set, until I get bored again, is still going to be talking about different topics and things like that. But I'm going to give like a one or two sentence exercise that you can do.
Okay. Do you foresee yourself needing to work with an illustrator if you're going to be writing a book with and for children?
Absolutely, I need an
Yeah,
illustrator. And I have ideas of I want something really colorful for the
yeah.
kids. They love color. I don't have kids myself, but this is just what I'm getting, that they love color and I want it bright and pretty, and the animals and the
Yeah.
guide. I already know what color hair and the color of the eyes, what they're going to
Right.
be wearing, color of clothing, and the color of their skin. I'm trying to merge from different cultures
Okay. Yeah.
so that we cover Asia, um, mostly to two different parts of Asia.
Sure.
So maybe a
There's
little
all
bit
kinds. I
Native
mean,
American.
Australia has some interesting animals, and Africa is loaded with all kinds of interesting things.
Oh, I know.
Europe
Yeah.
too. How are sales for your first book, and when was the second book published, and how are the sales for that?
The sales for the first book are okay. I mean, I do all the advertising and it helps. Am I going to be a bestseller? No. The second book sales are pretty good. Um, would I be able to make a living off selling the books? No. I spend way more than I make in income.
Yep.
But that's okay because I'm supposed to make sure the word gets out there and people really start to, understand that they can have a better way of life. They don't have to,
Right.
misery loves company. You just don't have to join it.
Hmm. As a lifelong artist myself, I can say that I've spent far more money than I ever made in return,
Yes.
whether that's
Oh,
music
yeah.
or writing or anything I've done. So that's just the way
Oh,
it is.
yeah. It's just the way it is. I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
me too.
Um, I I just think it's important. People like to write books about what they've learned. My books aren't about what I've learned. My books are about universal truths. There's a difference. It will Some people won't be able to read them because it's just they're not ready. But for most people that read the book, they go, "Wow, that really did trigger something in me." And
Yeah,
that's the goal behind the books. And you start with one person at a time.
yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of talk about spirituality and religion down in your country in the United States. There are voices that demand that a certain religion be followed. And of course, there's voices like yours. What's your take on society today and what's going on? Why all these different perspectives on reality?
Um, Ego is taking over at the moment. Ego is fear,
Hmm.
and if you can control people through fear, that person doing the controlling feels powerful.
Hmm.
Okay, and unfortunately, a lot of people aren't very strong-minded. They're kind of weak-minded, and they want somebody else to tell them what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, to them, that's the easy way of doing things. They think other people will take care of them. The reality is that's not the case. Um, I myself, I don't have a particular religion that I believe in. Um, I think all religions have some nice things about them. I really do. But in general, religion is usually some form of control.
Hmm.
I can control these masses of people. They say, you have to go through me to get to God. And I say, no, God is within all of us, or source, or higher self, whichever term you're comfortable
Sure.
with, doesn't matter. We all have our own right to connect to that. And that's what I'm trying to teach people.
Excellent. I'm no longer a Christian, but I was.
Hmm.
And I've remained a deist, meaning there's some sort of energy or God out there. Do you believe in that kind of God?
I believe there is a creator of all of us.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe, however, while there is a creator of all of us, we as humans chose ego and it sort of, for a lack of a better word, bastardized our beliefs
Hmm.
as to who we should side with. Should we side with love or should we side with fear? We're so used to fear, we think that's the way we're supposed to go.
Hmm.
However, if you choose love, it can be sometimes hard to make that step from the fear to love. So do it slowly. Just do it with one
Right.
little thing at a time, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. One of the things I let go is the concern to answer the question as to where we came from and what happens after we die. I let those things go. And I don't think about those things anymore. I don't have the answer, and I don't believe anybody does. And once I did that, I became freer.
Absolutely. Spirituality has many meanings to a lot of people. People think if you're religious, you're spiritual. That may or may not be true. Spirituality is our connection to the source, God, creator, whatever you want, higher self, whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
If you're Muslim, Allah, or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's what spiritual means, is you're using your intuition, your guidance to help yourself and others.
Yeah. Excellent. I like talking to you. It's
I
sort of
know.
fun. And we're off topic. We're still talking about your book in a sense, right?
Oh yeah, we are. It's the basic premise of the book.
Yeah. All right, Cindy. Why don't you give us a good pitch where this is going to be ready for Christmas and people could watch this and think, hey, I can use this in my life. Why don't you sell us on that?
Um, do you want to have peace, harmony, good health, maybe happiness in your life? Self-confidence to be able to choose the difference between fear and love. And if you want those things, I suggest reading the book. And I'm going to use my husband as an example. My husband is British. And because he's British, he's very set in his ways. And nothing worked. I mean, when I say nothing worked, he was not going to change. He thought everything was fine. And, it didn't matter what I said or anybody else said. Nothing changed. He was my editor, as I mentioned earlier, and he had to read the book many, many times, both books. And I will tell you that it took about 6 months. Huge change in him. He's a lot kinder, understanding of other people's ways, and he's British and very set in his ways, but he's really made a difference. He was actually looking forward to my second book. And I'm using that as a testament because he had to, again, read the book a lot of times. So there's a lot of, so the thing about reading the books is you're going to find change is going to happen. It might be right away, it may not be right away, but what will happen is you won't remember that reading the book is what helped the change.
Yeah.
But one day you may go, oh, maybe I should just check that book again one more time,
Yep.
and you'll read it again. Slowly is always best because
All right.
change doesn't happen very quickly. If it does, it doesn't last. So the books are designed to help you. There's no cult or you have to do things a certain way. You just read it. All you do is read. You don't do anything else.
Okay. All right. And for those of you out there wondering whether you should order this book, well, I think you should. I mean, Christmas is coming up and makes a great gift, but at least subscribe to the blog, and that will inspire you, no doubt, to then ultimately order the book. That's my little pitch for your book. How's that?
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Okay. All right. Well, Cindy, you're welcome back anytime. I'm looking forward to hearing about your next project, and keep in touch with me because we have such a good time when we talk.
We do, and I will absolutely keep in touch.
All right.
Hey, and maybe you could take a trip out to, California and visit the
Oh,
retreat.
I would love to. Yeah. I'll try and win a lottery or something like that to do that with for
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I understand that.
The economy really sucks.
I know.
Yeah.
Kinda.
All right. You
Kinda.
take care of yourself, and I wish you well.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, and if you like what I do here on Tell Me About Your Book, then I invite you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment if you wish. And if you are an author, I would sure love to hear from you. Until such time, keep on writing, and remember to be kind to one another.